Apeku Consulting, where he continues to utilize his skills and experience to make a positive impact in various fields. He's a lecturer, but he's not boring. He's very animated. Let's welcome Emmanuel as he addresses us on the methodology. He's looking dapper, so let's make the applause commiserate.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I think he has done a good job introducing me, so I'll try not to disappoint you. Right? He has raised expectations very high. But before I start, I'd like to ask a very simple question. How many of us have been keeping track of the banter going on between Star Oil and Goyle? Right? On social media, right? Let me ask a rather interesting question. How do we honestly feel about it? How many of us are not bothered? Let's be honest. We still buy fuel from where we buy from. What is going on is what is going on, isn't it? Yeah, so how is this the case? Impressions differ from data. You understand my point? On social media, everybody is for it, right? If you go to social media, it looks as if everybody is going to buy fuel because of breakfast. But is that really the case? And that is why we need data. So the point of running the survey is to be able to make data-backed decisions. Right? And to be able to understand using data from the people to touch or to tap into the pulse and understand what actually drives customer service experience and what customers are actually feeling. So my presentation today is basically going to inform us on how we arrived at our results today and the process through which we went. So this is in short the methodology for the GCSI. So a little bit about Apeku. We love data. That's basically it, right? We improve business operations through data analytics. We transform survey data into engaging and insightful reports, which you'll be seeing today. We train and empower organizations to transform data into insights, and we provide custom tools for business intelligence. Next slide. So generally, we go through 5 steps in preparing the data. We clean the data, we analyze sentiment, we'll see what that means shortly. We calculate organizational scores, then based on that, you're able to determine scores in the various sectors. The survey captures customer service experience in about 11 sectors of the economy. And then we calculate an overall score for Ghana. So let's go into it one after the other. To clean the data, we have to ensure that it is first fit for purpose. And to do this, we remove duplicate values, right? Sometimes someone will be taking the survey, and because they were not paying attention or the internet wasn't working well, they will make their entry twice, right? They'll hit submit a couple of times, and that will go to the database. So you have to ensure that duplicate values are removed. You also have to ensure that wrong values are removed. Sometimes organizations are not really spelled correctly. Some people want to test if the platform is working, and so they put in all sorts of data. So we have to remove and get rid of those. Then we ensure the organizations are named consistently. So a very interesting example is Ghana Life Insurance Company is now at Glyco Life, isn't it? So someone will respond to the survey and type Ghana Life Insurance Company. Someone will respond to the survey and type Glyco Life. It's our job to ensure that we understand that these two people are talking about the same organization and bring some consistency to the data set. Next slide, please. Then we analyze sentiment. So in AI, ML, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, sentiment analysis is basically trying to derive how people feel from their words. So there's a portion of the survey that asks people for their verbatim experience. What do you want to write about all the numbers you have typed in or all the scores you have given? So we do sentiment analysis to understand if their comments were positive, negative, or neutral. And we use a very interesting model called Roberta language model to do this. And then this enables us to discern how the respondents feel about the organizations. Next slide. After this, we calculate organizational scores. Now, there are about 8 metrics, right? There are 8 metrics that are scored. Now, each metric is paired with its order of importance. So, for instance, ease of doing business, right? When you got to the organization, how easy was it to achieve your aim? There is an order of importance attached to this. How important do you feel it is to be able to do business at the organization easily? So we find the average score for each metric and its corresponding order of importance for each organization. Then after we do this, we convert them into percentages, and we use that to calculate the metric, the total score for that organization. Now we have to normalize the results by the sum of the importance levels, because someone may score ease of doing business very high. However, the person may feel that ease of doing business is not so important. Or someone, a very common example is health and safety. Very few Ghanaians think about health and safety when they are engaging with a lot of brands, right? Except for some critical sectors of the economy. So in as much as an organization is getting a very high score for health and safety, it does not mean then that immediately it should contribute to the overall customer service score. So we look at the order of importance and use that to weigh how high they scored on the metric. Next slide, please. Now, after this is done, we determine the sector score. So to determine a sector score, we go through the following steps. We find that the score. Next slide, please. After we have arrived at a sector score, we now have sector score for 11 sectors of the economy. And so we average this to find the overall index. And this is how we arrive at the Ghana customer service.
Everything. Hopefully, data, and then we can just run through it. So if you pick up your phones, please. This is going to be really short. This is just to get you to experience the platform. Let me also warn that it's working halfway, because we're done with 2025, and they are reviewing and, just really cleaning the system up. So it won't work as crisp as it should. But I just want us to go on there and have a look at the site for those of us who do not know what the site looks like. So if you go to ghanacsi.org, ghanacsi.org, so it would immediately open the main page. And then there's a part that says 2025 survey. It's at the top right-hand side. It's not showing on the screen, so don't worry. So just press that. Okay, when you press the 2025 survey, it then opens up the actual survey. Okay, so as you can see, you press 2025, but when you go in there, it says 2026. So they're working on the system. So it would ask you a series of questions, but before that, it would list the 11 sectors. So you have your banking, you have your utilities, you have telcos, hospitality, healthcare, all the way down to OMCs, okay, or petroleum. When you choose the organization you want to answer for, so let's say, for example, you just went to the bank